coming out of week 2, and things were crazy in week 2.
I mean, yeah.
This has been the craziest year so far, and week 2 did not disappoint because we've already got trades.
That's gonna be the intro. That's what I'm introing with. It's gonna be like the intro sequence, and then that, and then we're intro sequence again.
And welcome, Harmony Rucker League fans, to episode 3 of season 2 of the Harmony Rucker League. I am Walker Ward, alongside, as always, my co-host Mason Howard. And on top of this being the craziest year of Rucker so far, week 2 did not disappoint because we got trades. We got trades already in week 2.
Oh,
We had trades before the season started, and after 1 week, let's see how our teams go. We'll give it 2 weeks. Pull the plug. Some teams have completely blown up. Some teams have maybe added one player, taken away another. We got some trades. That's just that's our lead headline of our top 3 headlines. Number 1, it's just trades in general. So Mason, remind the folks at home, what trades are we talking about?
yeah. I mean, what an intro there. I think everybody at home has to give props to you for bringing the energy to start this podcast. So
Ethan Lane's probably hard right now.
he's the hardest man that in our league, and Colt Landers is probably big right now too. God, those guys are both so hard and big.
And Max Barnes, I know you've got something next to you. Like chips. Maybe get some veggies in there, big guy.
Okay, let's go. We love you. We're going to trade. Let's go to trades. So we had originally at the beginning of this week a 3-team trade take place. So it was maybe Monday night. Yeah, Monday night. I had some of my sources hitting me up, letting me know that, hey, things might be going down. Mm-hmm. And I was in the middle of Target shopping with my lady, and I told her, hey, this basket's yours now. Go pick out whatever you want. I have a phone call I need to make. And I was walking the frozen aisles on the phone with this guy as we were going over everything that went down. So let's get to it. Without further ado, the Polars trade away their 2nd rounder and their 3rd rounder, Anthony Keeney and Ryan Restow.
They send those 2 to the
Red Raiders. The Red Raiders trade away their 1st rounder, Will Harvey, and their 5th rounder, Jack Loston, to the Knights. And the Knights send Jeffy and, oh my God, blanking on the name.
Jack Loston.
No, Jeffy and CJ.
Sorry, yeah.
Jeffy and CJ to the Polars. So, I mean, that was, hopefully you gather that. I'm sure we'll have a graphic on the screen describing it right now, but.
So, okay, so before we get into breaking down this trade, I want to let the fans know a little inside knowledge here. So when this trade was being proposed, I don't know, I can't remember exactly who proposed it, but when the trade would finally happen, AB was unaware what he was doing, what he was agreeing to. He thought he was just agreeing to Will and Jack going to the Polars for Ant and Rylan. He had no idea that he was sending those 2 to the Knights. He did not know this was a 3-team trade. But he's sending his 1st and his 5th. He's getting in 2 arguably number 2s, right?
Yeah.
He's getting in Ant, who made a case, fell almost. He was the last pick in the 2nd round, which I thought that was far, but he's been a solid player this year.
Yes, he has been.
And then grabbing Rylan right away in that 3rd round. That's a good 3rd round pick.
Yes.
Those 2 are gone. Those 2 are on the Red Raiders. They're now teaming up with Grant Kennedy, Brady Danielson, who we will get to, but Brady Danielson had an ankle injury this week, and we don't have any updates on him right now. But
Brady Danielson out for round 3. Breaking news. Brady will rest his ankle during week 3, and the brand new Red Raiders search for their 1st win. Red Raiders owner AB remains unfazed, believes with the trades he's made, the Raiders are back on track. That's all from iHRL Emergency News.
Right now, but I believe he was released from the medical unit Red Raiders organization said they're optimistic, yet might be unlimited minutes. And he would have been teammates with another person.
Yes.
But what else did the Red Raiders do? Not only did the Red Raiders send away Will and Jack, their 1st and 5th round pick, what else did the Red Raiders do?
The Red Raiders then trade away their 3rd rounder, Brevin Tolofsrud,
Get out of here.
to the Black Panthers
In exchange
for none other than Father Time. Father Time.
Finally getting some headlines, Father Time.
I know I think the people have been waiting for it. I see the comments. Where's the Father Time headlines? What's going on for Father Time? What's happening during the last duet of the season?
Mm-hmm.
And it was a pretty sad last duet last week for Father Time and Q-Trip.
Just we weren't getting, there wasn't really anything for us to post about Father Time the last 2 weeks.
There wasn't.
He was seeing the court for like 2 minutes at a time, and then Ruby was telling him, get off. And he made some shots, he made some buckets, but obviously when you're only seeing the court for 2 minutes at a time, it's not really translating to highlights that we need. Then we can't, force feed Father Time content down everyone's throats because there's nothing to post. But he's on the Red Raiders now. So, Red Raiders, new look Red Raiders, like I said, having Ant, Rylan, Father Time, Grant Kennedy, and
Brady Danielson.
Brady Danielson. Sorry, Brady. Brady Danielson is... Brady and Grant are the originals left there, right? They're down to 2. AB has traded away 3 of his 5 players.
I think the question people are wondering at home right now is, did AB cook? Because if you look at every team's quote-unquote, I want to say worst player, but last drafted player, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Brady Danielson being at the bottom of that list is a pretty solid 4th round or last drafted player to have.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that every other team has their top guy is maybe has a little more prestige than the Red Raiders' top guy. So I compared it to the new issue of the Harmony Hustler. Go read that if you haven't.
Extra.
And I compared it to what the Knights did last year with Matt Lutz. He was making calls from the upside down.
Yep.
And he shipped away his 1st rounder.
Out.
And he built a team around Clayton Shopsky, who is having his best season of all time.
Uh-huh. Buried in the Red Sun organization.
Here's what happened last year, though. That happened right at the trade deadline. There was some guys still missed some weekends. They couldn't put it together before playoffs. Week 2, AB's like, I see the writing on the wall. I have the utmost respect for AB for looking at an 0-6 team and going, no, we're not going out like this. Nope. I am going to do what I can.
And we can't. We also have to bring in Logan Corson is involved in this. He is the
he might have been the one pulling the string behind this.
He might be, the godfather. AB is the front man, right? He's the guy you see. He's the face of it. But Logan Corson might be behind the scenes pulling the strings. So with the new look Red Raiders, we'll see how they fare this weekend. Obviously, we got to know if Brady Danielson is playing because he is a key factor, right? He's the veteran in the locker room right now.
Yes.
And I like the Red Raiders. I like this move, right? They weren't really gelling to start.
No, not at all.
And we kind of talked about this. I don't know if the Red Raiders have a 1, right? They don't have a Jay Brink. They don't have a Zach Hogger. They don't have a Colt Landers. They don't have a number 1 guy that everything goes through. But what they do have is a team full of, and this is not a disrespect, like they just have a team full of 2s and 3s.
Yes.
But they could all piece that together, and we could see some vintage San Antonio Spurs where the ball movement is just like, these guys might be used to that number 2 role of like, my shot's not there. Pass it up, pass it up, pass it up. We get a lot of ball movement. These guys start clicking. They get some chemistry. The Red Raiders could turn this around, right? They're only 0-6. A lot of season left. They have a long ways to catch back up. But I could see them. They piece together some 2-1 weekends. Maybe they sneak out a 3-0 weekend. The Red Raiders might be on the up and up. Another team looking to get on the up and up, the Knights, taking the Red Raiders, Jack Loston and Will Harvey.
Yes, in the Knights,
we're on the up and up.
They were on the up. Yeah, that's what I was saying. They were on the up and up. They have a 1-2 weekend. They only beat the Hunters, which was pretty much a gimme.
2-1 weekend.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Round 1, they had a 1-2 weekends.
Yes.
That's what I meant to say. Round 1, they have a 1-2 weekend. They beat the Hunters, which was a gimme, basically, because they were playing with limited guys anyways. And, Sis was telling me that Jeffy wants out. They didn't look like they gelled very well. And then I wasn't at the Rucker this past weekend. You were.
I was.
But the Knights, they beat the Storm. They put together a 2-1 weekend. Did they beat the Polars as well?
Sorry, I've got bugs dive bombing me.
If
here.
you can't see, we're at our.
We are at It was too nice to be inside. I mean, this is so for people that obviously a lot of our viewers are fans of the Rucker League. They know what we are, but if you are finding this video and you don't know what the Rucker League is, it's 3-on-3 basketball league in Minnesota, right? In Minnesota, we go through months of weather that is just unbearable. You don't want to be outside. So when we finally get beautiful weather like this, I mean, it's 8:00 at night and we're here in t-shirt and shorts sitting comfortably. There's no reason we need to be trapped inside. This is beautiful weather right now. Hopefully I was able to fill enough for
You were.
Mason
Thank you.
to find out.
The Knights beat the Wolves in the Storm this weekend.
Yes.
The Wolves in the Storm. So Wolves, that's a good win.
Yes.
Even though the Wolves are 1-5, that is still a good, solid team of basketball players. And the Storm's a very good win. But there was already some rumblings within the Knights organization that trade was coming. They were trying to plan the moves. I think hearing that their star player in Jeffy wanted out probably pushed them a little bit farther to do that. So even after a 2-1 weekend, they didn't say let's wait. They said let's go get Will. I mean, let's not forget the Knights owners are 2 Lanesboro guys.
Mm-hmm.
Their first round pick was a Lanesboro guy, and now they're bringing in a new star, a Lanesboro guy.
And I mean, Torgy and Jeffy obviously are 2 good players, but there maybe was that, like, the locker room wasn't really gelling, right? They weren't good players, just on the court. It was, we don't know how to play together. Now all of a sudden you add Will to the mix. I think that just boosted the Knights' chemistry right there. I think that we're going to see maybe, Will Harvey get back to form of being a first round pick, not first overall pick, because he hasn't really shined this year.
No, if we want to dive into the stats, we introduced a new Rucker rating system that we created and
Mason created
the iHRL, and Will Harvey, we all know that dude can absolutely ball. He can win you a game, but so far this season, he has been playing on average, like I'll pull up the stats right now. He's been playing on average like a 3rd round pick.
Not what you want out of your
first round pick. However, and I think it was said on the Harmony Hustler that Will Harvey and Logan Torgerson partnered together. I think will raise both their levels of play, and you might end the season with they already have 2 first round picks. Now let's get them playing like 2 first rounders.
Yeah.
And they might really elevate each other's play, and I hope to see it.
And that's a great point. Basically we've got the Red Raiders who got a bunch of guys that are considered 2s. Now the Knights have 2 first round picks, better chemistry. I hope the Red Raiders get that chemistry. I hope the Knights find that chemistry. And then we have the final piece of this trade where the Knights send CJ and Jeffy to the Polars. So what this is basically we've got Zach reuniting with his dynamic duo, Karsten Grabow, right? The 2024 Polars run was absolutely electric. That was the year that Zach was with his brother, 77, and CJ was on that team. And now he's getting CJ back. They're bringing in that championship pedigree and looking to get another brother. There's another brother in that Hogger family. There's actually 2 more, but we don't talk about the youngest one because he's irrelevant. I'm talking the original Baby J.
Original Baby J. Yes. Jeffy, Josh Halgrud is now a Polar. And just looking at this from a broad view, Zach and 77 won a championship together. I heard that CJ, Karsten Grabow, was the key brains of that championship organization.
He was doing the Logan Corson of pulling the strings. Some would call it a glue guy. That's like the very basic, obviously CJ was the glue guy, but he was also the one, if you go back and you watch like the Rucker League YouTube video from that finals, you all of a sudden you might hear a faint like Zach bounce out up top, like they can look. You hear this faint stuff, and that's CJ on the sidelines, right? He's not out there playing all the time. He'll come in, he'll give you a quick little rest, or he'll give you minutes to give your players a rest, and then he's like, "Get back in. I want to puppeteer this whole thing." Right? He is the master of puppets. CJ bringing that championship pedigree over back. He's back home.
He's back home. And you see that he wears the hat every time. And I heard it's called baseball signals. So sometimes when they're calling, he sits right behind the basket. If you watch a game closely, he sits right behind the basket. And the defense is setting up. And they don't have their eyes on CJ. And all the players look. And CJ goes. He'll start calling out plays. It's beautiful to watch. If you ever wonder why the Hunters went on the run during the middle season that they did last year,
Yes.
it's because many sleepless nights by CJ. Shout out CJ, but I don't want to get too far into his tricks.
We missed on a golden opportunity. We can still do it. We gotta post a picture of CJ with the "I'm coming home" with the back to the Poland. CJ, you're getting a post this week, man. We'll get back to the topic here, but so this isn't the first time though that Jeffy and so Zach and Nate paired up in 2024 and had that finals run. Okay, but this isn't the first time that Jeffy and Zach have paired up. They were actually in the finals in 2023, the year that the 5th seeded Wolves, who should not have been a 5th seed, but they had commitment issues, didn't show up until the playoffs, where it was, and I wish I remembered off the top of my head, but it was Jace, Bryce Corson.
Yep.
Jace, Bryce Corson, help me out.
Carson Keeney.
Oh my gosh, Josh Peters, and did they have a 5th?
Mm-hmm.
Who's their 5th?
Joseph Otto.
Oh my gosh, Jose Buckets, basically
Jose Buckets.
the CJ of that team.
Basically.
Sorry.
He was a little more of a rough CJ. I think instead of they call him plays, he was putting hits out on the other team.
Well, he was a little bit more of the. I guess he was calling the plays like he's the big dom, right?
Yeah.
The Philadelphia Eagles. Jose Otto, you need something done, go to Jose Otto, right? You come to Jose Buckets.
He'd be like, I heard the finals. He was like, hey,
and that's
Zach's knees.
And ultimately, right there, what you just said, caught it on a hot mic. That is there's conspiracy. We'll just call it conspiracy theories. I hate calling. I want to find a better word for it.
Put our tinfoil caps on.
There's a conspiracy theory, but that's why Jose Buckets got kicked out of the league, because Zach was he was tipped off. There was some birdies that heard that Jose Buckets called a hit out on Zach's knees for that finals. And now to preserve the legacy, right? Because he's a nice guy, right? They get along, small town, you're going to see him everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Zach just said, hey, listen, man, you're done with my league. This never sees the light of day. Until now. It's seeing the light of day now. Jose Buckets called a hit on Zach during that finals, and that led to him being banned from the league. Anyways,
look into it. All the information is online.
Polars getting Jeffy in. This also boosts the Polars chemistry, just like it's boosted the Knights chemistry, just like we hope it's boosted the Red Raiders chemistry. This boosted the Polars chemistry, because obviously Zach and Josh are the brothers, right?
Yeah.
Natural chemistry. Now it's where we got to find who's going to be the number 3. The Polars might have the least amount of depth in the league.
I wouldn't say might. I would say do have the least amount of depth. They will be starting in his first ever, I think, real start as like there's nobody that's missing. Like he is their number 3 option. Parker Wongan, Fillmore Central. So Parker Wongan, if we dive into the Rucker ratings,
the analytics tell us.
The Polars starting 3 right now has Jeffy with an 86.93, number 2 in the league. Zach, 78.97, number 7 in the league. Scrolling, give me 1 second. Parker Wong and Fillmore Central, 22.32, 39th in the league.
Okay.
And if we put these all together for our team ratings, we have the team ratings amongst the starting 3. The Polars right now have the 5th best team rating, which is still pretty good.
But that's middle of the pack, and we're not going to see another. I mean, not that we're never going to see it. We've seen a 5 seed make it to the championship. We saw an 8 seed make it to the championship. But is that really who you're going to bet your money on? Do you want to be a 500 team all year and then come on hot in the playoffs, or are you going to ever come on at that 500 position?
Yeah, I know that's a tough thing. So Parker Wongan, definitely. There's better third players out there on other teams.
And this is we're not disrespecting Parker
Yeah,
Wongan. We're just saying
trying to.
this is what the stats are saying.
I think Parker Wongan is a really solid fourth option for a team. Fourth man, first man off the bench, put him in there. We haven't seen Nolan Garnis yet from Abel Canton.
Have not seen Nolan Garnis.
Now, I was in town a couple weeks ago for a friend's birthday. I was sober cabbing some friends who were having some adult pops.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at one of the bars in a local town. Again, sober cabbing some friends. And
according to your source,
I met a source. Source says, and they were telling me that Logan Garness is going to be a dude once he starts playing in the league this year.
A dude.
They said that he can shoot the ball lights out.
Sorry, I had to take a drink there.
No, you're good.
Interesting. So your source is telling me that he's a 3-point shooter. And I believe we put a little poll out at the beginning of the year about what is your strengths? What are your, what are you going to bring to the Rucker League? And Nolan Garnis himself did also say
clutch 3-point shooting.
3-point shooting. So now you've got Zach, who known for his 3-point shooting.
Yes.
You have Jeffy, known for his 3-point shooting. And you might possibly have, and I'm not overlooking, Parker Wongan can shoot the ball from 3.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Probably his strongest skill set.
And Nolan Garnis, allegedly, according to source, says a sniper from beyond the arc. And according to himself, a clutch 3-point shooter. We might see the Polars being the best 3-point shooting team in the league. The only thing that can stop the Polars are rebounds and a windy day.
Rebounds and a windy day. And that's touching in the rebounds part. They have zero size outside of Zach. I mean, Zach's, I think, especially in the beginning of the league, Zach was definitely one of the bigger guys we had there for a minute. But the league's getting bigger and bigger. Zach's knees are getting weaker and weaker.
And, well, you can keep going. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Oh, no, you're good. Once you let me know when you find what you're looking for. Jeffy, who's actually averaging so Zach's averaging the 4th amount of rebounds per game.
That's what I was going to find.
Yep. Jeffy's averaging 8th amount of rebounds per game. So
no, Zach's number 2. Oh no, he must be number 3 because
thing is they both
Torgie's supposed to be on that list, but
and Ethan Lane's supposed to be on that list.
Oh, okay, so he is. Okay.
He's number 4. Our stat keeper during the transmission of stats to the other side of the world,
they get flipped upside down,
and then he has to put in some codes to flip them back up, right? And we're having the iHRL dog, the iHRL stray. Let's say
anything to say. Hey, do you have anything to say?
Father Time's washed.
Yeah, the stats get lost, and during transmission.
I mean, Jeffy was overheard by one of my sources saying, "Yeah, we need a big. Yeah, we need some size. We need some size." That's my Jeffy impersonation. Jeffy on the record as saying that they want to go out and get a big. Now, do we see the Polars making another trade? Who are they going to have to give up? We can't see CJ getting passed around like this. We can't. Did they get rid of Nolan Garnis?
They're not.
If they get rid of Nolan Garnis, maybe Nolan Garnis comes out and is a sniper. Maybe they send him out and try to get some big in return. Who could that be? We don't have the answers to that right now.
JT.
He said it. I mean,
JT, you are a Polar. It's gonna happen. I've had no sources tell me that. I just think the white writing's on the wall. Zach's won a championship with 77. Zach's won a championship with JT. Let's bring the family home.
Zach's won a championship with CJ.
Zach's won a championship with CJ. Honestly, hear me out. There's total speculation here. Red Raiders suck for another 2 weeks. Father Time ends up on the Polars. They're going to trade away Parker Wongan, Fillmore Central, to the Red Raiders. Father Time.
Wow. I mean,
Zach.
Okay, I'm going to give my hot take. I say Red Raiders suck for 2 more weeks, and Father Time retires, and then Who do we bring into the league? A guy who injured his hip, who's going to be in the league, but he couldn't be in it right away. But now he's been cleared. He was cleared on June 3rd, I believe, was the date to return. Connor Danielson.
Connor Danielson.
Welcome back to the
Welcome back to the
iHRL.
league.
Maybe. All depending on if Father Time is going to
Stick it out.
We'll see.
We can't have the retirement duet end like this.
No, we can't. Q-Trip. Can't just give Q-Trip a solo, a Last Dance solo.
But if they retire at different times, they both get their own separate posts.
Father Time is Ethan Lane right now. Hearing that about getting his own post.
But real ball knowers know what that means.
But we're going to keep things going here. So with that, let's pivot right off that, right? We already talked about it, but Brevin Tollisrud leaving the Red Raiders, going to the Black Panthers to join up. And our source says, we have a lot of sources. We have a lot of sources have basically, the locker room hasn't quite gelled yet. Now, obviously, they've just been in training this week. But, there hasn't been too many card games in there. There's been, I guess, it's just kind of been like some guys sitting in the classroom, like in high school.
Yeah.
And then the coaches are up there, and it's the coach's job to teach the players, the system, the plays and whatnot. But for the most part, it just sounds like, the coaches haven't had their hands full. These guys are just sitting in there, taking notes, and
across the room from each other.
Sitting across the room from each other.
Like he's there and I'm here.
And, it's just like in high school, man.
Yeah, and I think we all know what good team chemistry and good team bonding can do for a team. I think we've seen it plenty of times before. I think that's the reason that Zach just drafts his friends every year and he goes to the championship, because they just play so well together. Quincy Berland, you might be the second best one-on-one player in the league this year. I mean, Jay Brink's awesome right now. But I don't know.
Max Barnes.
We can have an argument. We should do an HR one-on-one tournament, because I would love to see Jay Brink and Quincy Berland 1v1.
No, I'm just kidding, Jay. We all know Greg Kennedy would.
But anyways, going on what we're saying, Quincy Berland, we know that you can literally win almost every game single-handedly, but with that team chemistry, it might be another 500 season for you.
I mean, we could see something, because obviously Logan Clavitter was the guy he wanted. He went out and got him, bringing in Brevin. Let's hope that they can gel well, because they still have Q-Trip on the bench, and they still have, I'm so sorry for forgetting who their fifth is. I'm just blanking on
Q-Trip is their fifth. Their fourth is going to be...
This is such bad.
Why we literally been talking about these trades.
Logan Ilg, sorry. Logan.
Yeah.
But Black Panthers go out, send Father Time on his way. I was told the only way they were going to trade him was to send him to a winning team to give him a good chance, and then they just send him to the 0-6. That sounds like some backstabbing to me, but
it sounds like they maybe didn't have a lot of respect for Father Time on his way out.
Yeah. That's just what the rumor mill's telling us.
Sources. Anyways, moving on from the week recap, we're gonna go to the weekend recap. Week two, round 2, episode 3 of season 2. Let's start off. We're gonna do it a little bit differently. We're not gonna go in order of rankings. We're gonna go with 3-0 teams, 0-3 teams, and the teams that kind of surprise, good and bad. So we're not gonna hit every single team this week. Let's start off none other than the 3-0 Lions.
Roar. The Lions are roaring because they haven't lost a game yet.
They have not. Now, Walker, could you do me a favor? Could you pull up the scores on your phone right now? I'll fill while you do that.
I absolutely could.
Lions are led by none other than Jay Brink. Jay Brink is, if you saw the post that came out on the iHRL, he's the MVP favorite right now. No surprise. According to Rucker rating, he's the number 1 Rucker rating right now with a score of a 94.06, which is currently the highest we've ever seen in the Rucker. He's just kind of doing it all for them. As a team, though, they have a Rucker rating of 67.95, the third rating, because Isaac Unbaki is ranking 15th in the league and Mason Gilbertson is ranking 20th in the league. Both above their expected draft point, though, if you think about it like that. Just such a solid 3. I don't see them losing a game soon, except for maybe the game of the week this week. The possible game of the week. We'll get to that
Possible
later.
game of the week. We'll get to it in a minute.
Do you have
But
the scores?
I have scores. So, like you were saying about Jay Brink being on the Lions, but dude is a certified dog leading the way to a grit and grind. And I watched this game, and I do remember listening to, I'm not going to out the owner of the Black Panthers, but the owner of the Black Panthers, very upset after this game because they were winning this game, and they basically allowed the Lions to crawl back in and get this win. The final score was 21-20.
Oh, wow.
Lions beat the Black Panthers. Black Panthers had the Lions on the ropes, should have won it, but there was players on the Black Panthers that were just chucking up contested shots, just trying to, let's just get one, I think they were at 18 or 19 at the time, chucking up contested shots. And this owner of the Black Panthers was saying, our team just threw the game away. I mean, we had it won. Why are we throwing up contested shots? Maybe the Black Panthers also, I don't know, are they in the best shape right now? But Lions, 21-20 over the Black Panthers. Lions, 22-9 over the Hunters, the handicapped Hunters.
My Hunters.
And then in their final game of the night, the Lions take down the Wolves 21-17.
Close game.
I mean, yeah.
Closer game. Competitive game.
So the Lions, they've had some tests. I would be absolutely told off if I did not bring this up that in week 1, the Red Sun, who we're going to get to here in a second, this is going to be a good transition, but the Red Sun would have beat the Lions in week 1 if it weren't for a fan.
Really?
Not a fan in the audience. I'm talking when we go to our indoor facility in Harmony.
Oh.
The gym isn't the highest ceilings, right? And then they've got these big fans sitting there. And if you're a shooter, like if you have a little bit more arc to your shot, like me, like many players, not everyone has that line drive, right? A little bit more arc to your shot. You hit that fan if you're in the right angle. The Red Sun had all the momentum in the world. And I don't remember. I feel like it was Dylan. I don't remember who shot it. Might have been Gavin Hubka.
Carter Glenn, Dylan Schultz. That's what the only 3. Clayton Chopsky.
Whoever shot it, I can't remember. But basically, they shot it, hit the fan, shot down, killed all the momentum because I think we treated it as a turnover. The Lions got another free bucket off of it. It was just changing of the course of things. So right now, though, can't argue. 6-0 is 6-0.
6-0,
Lions
6-0.
are 6-0. That transitions into the other 3-0 team, the Red Sun. The Red Sun continue to rise. Clearly, at the time, obviously, Riley Means, who came out of retirement to join the Hunters organization, drafted this team with Sam Rustad. And after Riley's departure, Sam completely changed the entire government system, right, of the entire narrative of the Suns at the time, rebranded to the Red Sun. And the Suns are 5-1. Red Sun are 5-1. Only loss coming to a fan, according to Sam Rustad.
Yes, and we just had the
And you want to talk about a team with chemistry.
the rankings of like the award races. We just had the award races come out for a couple different awards. If they put out Owner of the Year, Sam Rustad's your Owner of the Year right now.
I mean,
through 2 weeks, he's the only
Honorable mention
team
Means.
that was outside the top 5 of the draft that's now inside of the top 5.
Inside.
So usually what you see is, we had in the top 5, you get your Jay Brinks, your Quincy Berlins, your Ethan Lanes, your Colt Landers. You
Fell
get
to like 6th, though.
That was crazy. But you get your top guys in the top 5, and I'm on record saying that I don't think there's going to be a single team that wasn't in that top 6, I should say. If you don't have Quincy Berlin, Jay Brink, one of those guys on your team, John Prestonman, you're not going to win the championship. That's what I said. That you can put it on record. I'll say it again. Yet, they don't have any of those guys, and they're playing like one of the best teams in the league. A team that looks like they could win the championship, and that is due to phenomenal roster construction, phenomenal team culture change by the one and only Sam Rustad.
And that is what just everybody being equal does, right?
Yes.
And the crazy thing is they had, I believe, they have the 6th overall pick.
They had the 9th pick. They had the 6th, and they traded down to the 9th.
Yes, they're the 6th or the 7th. And they traded down because they said, we believe that our player will be there, available at that. If they trade back, and they were right, and they got Gavin Hubka. They loved Carter Glynn at the rookie showcase. They said that dude's a dog. We got to grab him. They grab him. Then they come around. They get Dylan Schultz, Kevin Martin, and they have been on a tear this entire year. It's actually been pretty impressive.
Well, you pull that up. I'm going
They
to
also have Clayton Shopsky,
Yes.
and Henry Rutt, who I haven't really seen play, but he's been there, and that's all 5 of them are just
Looking at their Rucker
working
rating,
towards the common good.
Gavin Hubka is playing like the 3rd best first rounder so far this season. Out of all the first rounder, he's playing the 3rd best. Out of all the second rounder, Carter Glynn's playing the 3rd best. Out of all the 3rd rounders, Clayton Shopsky is playing the 2nd best. And out of all the 4th rounders, Dylan Schultz is by far up there with Conecraft, but by far the best 4th rounder. So I mean, every single guy on their team is playing in the top 3 amongst their draft position.
Amongst their draft,
So like
their round.
you can take all the second rounders, you'd be like, okay, that was the worst second rounder. All 3 of these guys are up there as the best picks of their round. It's just a phenomenal draft by Simon Rustad and Riley Means at the time.
And
Riley
Riley
Means
Means
was part of it at the time, so credit when credit is due. If we hand out awards at the end of the season, best owners, like, do you know, like, when teams get traded, a guy gets traded away mid-season, makes it to bring him at the end of the season? Do we still get does Riley Means get like
Could we see Riley Means be the first round playoff exit? Doesn't he like get out of the play-in tournament and still get a ring?
Yeah. Do we see Riley Means lose in the first round to Hunters, play him, and then he comes in that next week as a Red Sun owner again?
I mean, there's no way this would ever happen. What if Sam Rustad says, "I like my team. Time to bring him home. Let's bring him back." He Jackie Moons it, buys his share, becomes the owner player of the team.
I thought you were going to say we're going to trade for Riley Means.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. Yes,
Okay.
he Jackie Moons this. He's a player
yeah.
owner.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought you. Okay, yeah,
But-
that's what I thought you were getting at, and then I thought differently. Yeah,
But
how
I mean,
awesome would that be?
what would you'd have to give up? I mean, Sam's got the talent. Why would you mess with the chemistry? But could you bring the guy home?
He'd have to give up. I don't think you have to give him Gavin Hubka. I think you have to give Carter Glenn, and Carter Glenn's playing so well right now.
But Carter Glenn and Gavin Hubka have the best chemistry, I think, in the Rucker.
I agree.
They might not be the best players, but they are the most dynamic duo together. Those two together are the best duo in the league, in my opinion, right now. Everybody else can say, like, oh, no, so-and-so and so-and-so. You can say Zach and Jeffy. We haven't seen Zach and Jeffy. Right now, it's Carter Glenn and Gavin Hubka. Those two are on the same wavelength. They went on a kayaking trip to the Common Good and came back. Or no, I don't believe it was I don't know. Red Sun continue to rise. They're working towards the Common Good. And the last 3-0 team, the first time ever they've gone 3-0. I don't know if that's a fact or not, but we're just going with it.
I wouldn't be surprised when I dug into the stats this past week. The Gators are always bad.
The janitors continue to show up.
And notice how he said janitors. It's plural.
Plural.
With an S. Was that a slip up, or why did you say janitors?
There's 2 janitors on that team.
There's 2 janitors on that team. I thought we only had 1 janitor in the league.
There's a second
Mopping
one.
up the competition.
There's a second master of the custodial arts on the Gators team. They have the MVP of last year, and they might have the rookie of the year this year, Max Barnes.
You're telling me.
So we've
But does that maybe make him a rival if like Ethan Lane's a janitor at one school and Max Barnes is a janitor at the other school? Like, are they rivals in the janitor world?
they're coworkers.
No! You're telling me that Gundo from across the world was able to not just draft a 3rd rounder who's currently the 3rd best player in the league this season, but was also the coworker, has that chemistry with Ethan Lane.
That's
Gundo for owner of the year.
Gundo for owner of the year, honestly. I mean, so I wasn't really aware of Max Barnes' whole working situation.
He kept on the down low. He didn't want other players knowing that that's the reason they're so.
But I've been in contact with Ethan Lane, and he sends me a little video today of those two working on some repairs. And sure enough, come to find out, they're co-workers. They are master of the custodial arts. They are janitors together. So I'm going to just deem, to keep things simple, Ethan Lane's the janitor. He's got that. He's grandfathered into that. That is his. Max Barnes, the custodian.
The janitor and the custodian. I love it. So, the thing is, how much Rucker ball do you think they talk at work?
Oh my gosh, I bet it's nonstop.
I mean, I bet they get the schedule for this upcoming week and they start game planning. I bet the group chat's going crazy with like Cohen Craft. This is your assignment. You're getting this DPOI this season. That's why he probably got praised, probably getting so many blocks. He probably has the film just told to him.
Just fed right to him.
Ethan Lane's like, I'm gonna send this player this way. Max Barnes is gonna fake a little bit to get him a little off balance. You're gonna come in there and block that
game
thing.
planning. They're game planning while they're getting paid. I mean, what better thing is that?
I know.
3-0 teams this week. Lions, Gators, Janitors, and the Red Sun. And we're gonna jump into our 0-3 teams. Before I do,
Yeah.
if there's any ladies out there that are interested in being Mrs. Hard, let us know. We're trying to find Ethan Lane a Mrs. Hard. We're gonna move on to the next thing. The 0-3 teams. The team that sold the farm, Red Raiders. Rough week for them. 0-3. They got blown out. I just had it pulled up here. 21-10 versus the Storm.
Yikes.
21-15 versus the Black Panthers.
All right.
And 21-10 versus the Gators. Tough weekend,
Yikes.
right? Storm, solid team. Gators, great team. Black Panthers. Middle of the pack.
We don't know I don't know how to describe them yet.
They just sold the farm, but Red Raiders go 0-3, get blown out in every game. AB sells the farm, brings in new guys. We'll see how they do this week.
There's not much to say about the Red Raiders. Yeah, they're a totally new team from last week to this week. They went 0-3 last week. We'll never see those guys play together ever again. Just kind of got to mention that they suck this week. So
just had to bring it up. Another 0-3 team this week. The Hunters, still playing low. I mean, they just
handicapped Hunters until they get Adrian Rindles back, which shout out Adrian Rindles, 2 school records at the track meet this week. 11-1-2 or 11-1-4 in the 100 is insane. Just shows the athlete that he is, and I don't know.
And then
I think sorry, let me say that I think when the Hunters get Riley Means, Adrian Rindles, and Kane Stetler all playing together, that's a good
team.
That's a good team. They
just gotta be there.
I don't think they're not going to be able to get out of the play-in. I don't foresee that.
They gotta get Dylan Wins off the court. He's not gonna see this.
Yeah, he doesn't watch it.
You can't have the 48th pick in the draft as a starter. You're not gonna win games.
I can agree with that. Yeah, so the Hunters need to figure some things out, but that could seem being dangerous. And going into Dylan Winslow, I think that he can't be a starter, but him coming in and just shooting the 3 ball off of a kick out by Riley Means, that's where he's most valuable. I think that he can.
He's not a starter. He is basically, Q-Trip. Same playing field right there. You come in, you give us quick turnaround, shoot a couple baskets, get us some cheap points.
Do what you're best at, and then let's get our starters back in.
Get our starters back in. And the last 0-3 team of the week, kind of a surprise, the Wolves.
The Wolves. And I guess they went 1-2.
Overall pick.
They went 1-2. And then it's like we made a podcast about how we think they're going to be better. And they go 0-3. So, you can't expect us to say that they're going to still be better. But I think that they will.
Well, so 21-18 lost to the Knights, we'll just bring it up right now. The Knights were a surprise team this week to go 2-1.
Yes, they were.
And then they just shipped Jeffy out of town.
Yes, they did.
And CJ.
And CJ.
But
Mastermind.
The Wolves lose 21-18 to the Knights. The Wolves lose 21-17 to the Red Sun. That's a tough one, right?
Tough one, but the Red Sun are rising.
And then, do you know who else the Wolves had? They had, right now, the best team in the league, the Lions.
Oh, they play the
So, did the Wolves just draw a tough week? They were competitive in every game. They just were outmatched. Is this a problem for Mason Herkamp that you're in the games, you're just getting outplayed? Do you need to make a change? Do they just need to come together a little bit more? Do they need to figure things out?
So here's what I say about the Wolves. They're only playing with 4 guys right now. Their 4th-round pick, Darian Hirschberger, yet to show up. Don't know where he is. I haven't heard anything about him.
Baseball, I believe.
Baseball? Okay, so...
He should be there this week.
So 4th-round pick, Darian Hirschberger. Darian Hirschberger is a guy I know.
Yeah.
I actually had the opportunity to coach him in Grain Bowl Elite. Shout out GBE. And he's a solid-sized kid, and he's a good player. He's going to make a difference for that squad. Carter O'Connor, one of the best 5th-round picks we've seen this year. But again, 5th-round level guy. Here's what happened. I was actually talking to Wilson Storhoff today.
Oh.
He tells me, he goes, dude, it would have been different, or at least he was like, I think we would have had a better chance if I wasn't missing the first half of the first 2 games, or the 2 of the 3 games.
Against the Knights, that's right.
Mhm.
Wilson Storhoff, just being Wilson, right? Just being, we gotta come up with a good nickname for Wilson other than White Chocolate, because like we'll come up with something. But he is White Chocolate right now. Wilson Storhoff, just floor general, right?
Floor general.
That can also hit threes. Just
Yes.
commanding everything out there. Offense flows through John, but it also is distributed by Wilson. Beautiful combo they have right there. And then Jeffy takes a cheap shot and just basically catches that ball, turns to Wilson, and smacks it right in his face. Wilson comes over to me. He's like, we got any towels? I'm like, maybe. Takes blood gushing out of his face. It was quite the sight. And I'm like, go to the bathroom? I mean, I'm just told him, I'm like, go to the bathroom. So he went to the bathroom, had to clean up. He was there for a while. He missed like basically the whole game. They were up at the time when that happened. I don't know the exact score, but they were up at the time. And then Knights just clawed back in because you took away their 2nd-round pick.
Is this why we saw Jeffy traded? Did the Polars put a hit out on Knights owner Parker Storhoff's brother Wilson? Jeffy takes the orders, puts the hit on Wilson, takes him out. Parker sees this and goes, Jeffy, family before Rucker. Get out of here.
Get out of town. Could have been conspiracy theories. Kind of a conspiracy theory episode. We might have to have a post about conspiracy theories in the Rucker League at some point in time. But, so 0-3, Red Raiders, Hunters, Wolves, tough draw. Wilson out. Should have been maybe 1-2.
He also missed half the Lions game. He said he took a knee from Isaac Underbaki. He got a big thigh.
That's
Charlie
right.
Hortz.
Oh my gosh, Wilson Storff had a rough week.
He did.
Because, yeah, Isaac came in and Wilson, I didn't even realize Wilson, who was it? Somebody else took one in the knees. And then all of a sudden it's like, ooh, are they okay? Are they okay? And then Wilson goes limping off to the side. And yeah, Wilson had a rough weekend.
So,
Wolves had a rough weekend. 0-3, you know what? We're going to give them a pass this weekend. We're not giving up on the Wolves. The Wolves are a solid team.
Yes, they are.
No need to panic. So, speaking of surprises, we already talked about the Knights going 2-1. Maybe shouldn't have been. Maybe should have been 1-2 if Wilson wasn't battling for his life, losing blood. Another surprise, the Storm going 1-2, playing. I don't know if you said it on camera or not, but they're going to play uninspired basketball this year. It's kind of.
That's what I did. I did say that last week on camera. They looked uninspired while playing. They didn't look like they just had fun playing basketball together. And I think of teams like the Gators, where it's like, I mean, you got the janitor and the custodian, and then you got I forgot what was Greg's nickname, Lanky, Lank.
Whenever we're talking about like nicknames and stuff, all I see Greg as, literally when I look at Greg, have you ever watched SpongeBob?
Yes.
Have you ever seen the episode where SpongeBob takes Pearl to prom?
I don't know I don't know the Sponge like that. I don't watch it.
Oh, my SpongeBob knowledge goes deep. Long, tan, and handsome. And now I'm not saying long, tan, and handsome as in long, tan, and handsome in the episode, because that guy's a little dweeb. I'm talking, when I look at Greg Kennedy, this is what I see.
Can you go up to the camera?
Well, I don't know if you
show-
want to do it. You want to show it here? Or you want to add it in the pod? But
I'll just show it here. I see that. I think that'd be funny. Just show it here. Greg Kennedy.
that's what I see when I look at Greg Kennedy. Long, tan, handsome. That's what I think of when I
That's
look
his
at Greg
nickname.
Kennedy.
I actually I think on a couple different weekends. Cause like I got a lot of friends in the world, and I do have some friends that are females. And after some weekends of record, they come to me and go, "Hey, can you talk to Greg for me? Put me on with Greg." I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. You can talk to him yourself. Because I bet Greg's already got that going on too much in his life. I need him focused on Rucker basketball, not the ladies that come to watch him. But he probably does bring in a good amount of our female population.
We do
Appreciate it, Greg.
Yeah, Greg, thanks for maybe we get some more Greg content. Maybe that's our key to Greg. I'm gonna catch you on. Greg's gonna get a dunk for us this weekend. I know he is. He's dunked it 2 weeks in a row. This week, Wilson Storhoff had the bloody nose, and I missed it. Wilson, I'm like trying to we need paper towels, like Wilson. All of a sudden, I look over and Greg, bam, and he looks at me. He's like, "You missed it." Blame it on Wilson.
Now, if you've been wondering what we were supposed to be talking about, we were talking about the Storm playing uninspired basketball, and then we started.
This is what happened. Just so you guys know, it's a little dark right now, and you're probably like, "Well, why didn't you guys start this sooner?" Because you had to text Ellie, the HRL photographer. Shout out to also Jules, but
Yeah,
Ellie, the HRL photographer, Mason's Mrs.
yes,
Mason,
Mrs. iHRL,
Mrs. IHRL. Anyways,
no, Mrs. iHRL 2, because you're iHRL 1, I'm iHRL 2. So then once you'll get a Mrs. iHRL 2 1 then one day. Anyways, yeah, that's what you're saying.
you have to text her and just let her know when we're starting the pod.
Yeah,
We had been here for over an hour talking about all Rucker ball. Honestly, like, we don't want to drop a whole 2-hour episode on you guys, but like the stuff we talk about before is like we're giving you great stuff here, we think.
I hope.
But the stuff we talk about before is like, whoa, what? No way. Like,
I would say it's way more entertaining than
speculation. It's not as
camera.
like well organized. It's like we're going here, we're going here, we're going here. But that's just what happens. We get on these Rucker League deep dives. So back to what we're supposed to be talking about: the Storm playing uninspired basketball.
Yeah, and like they didn't in week 1 when I saw them. They didn't look like they were playing very like they weren't playing with a lot of fun and joy. What did you see in week 2? Did you see any enjoyment?
I mean, I wasn't really paying too close of attention. Obviously, like Trey's out there. Congratulations to Colt Landers on making the eating McDonald's All-American team. Congratulations. But no, I don't know. They're just not. And Parker Wongan, like, he's trimmed down. He looks good. You think that they would be doing better. And they have Jeremy O'Connor, the Energizer Bunny of the Rucker.
And Jeremy O'Connor, I love Jeremy. We all love Jeremy. He's off to a really rough start to the season. He's not been doing what he normally does.
Don't tell him. Actually, tell him that maybe it'll spark something in him.
I'm going to. This isn't my opinion. It's just the numbers. I will not say something like you're not playing well just because you look like you're not playing well. I only look at the numbers when I say things. Jeremy's numbers are way down from his 4th Man of the Year seasons. That's all I'm saying.
So, I don't know. The Storm just playing uninspired basketball. Maybe they turn it around. Maybe they see this and think, you know what? Last year when we kept poking Colt, right? We kept poking him in his soft midsection. Next thing you know, he reminds us, hey, I'm not a big like you guys call me. I was a guard. And not only was I a guard, I played college basketball. And he reminded everybody by dropping 3-pointers on everybody. He reminded everybody with some sick, nasty little mid-range movements. Obviously, he also, being the customer of the month at McDonald's in Rochester has maybe played a factor. But he's going to be so... We were making fun of him about all this stuff. But no, seriously, though, congratulations on the eating McDonald's All-American Colt.
I heard it was a consecutive customer of the month at McDonald's.
And our last surprise, maybe, Polar's going 1-2. Not where you want it to be with the number 1 overall pick. And they made some changes about that. They sent off their 2nd and 3rd round picks, shipped them away. brought in Jeffy, built that chemistry. They've got a dynamic duo chemistry. It's just finding that third of Parker Wong in or Nolan Garnis, and then letting CJ just call that shots out there.
Yeah, and it's hard to then talk about the Polars weekend too. Same with with the Red Raiders. Like they've both shipped so many players off their team. Same with the Knights. All of these guys have shipped their teams. They can be completely different looks. It's kind of pointless to say, here's what I think happened and here's what they got to do better next week, because we're kind of starting from square one with these teams again.
And here's the Polars weekend, 21-13 to the Gators.
Yikes.
Okay. Then they got to win. This is their win, 21-16 up to the Knights. This is the Knights' only loss that weekend. Yep. Okay. And then they had a tough one because they drew the Red Sun. 21-17, they lose to the Red Sun. So that's a tough weekend.
That's a tough weekend. But again, we can say for all the teams.
You could say that for all of them. Oh, tough draw.
If you're not playing the Red Raiders or the Hunters right now, you have a tough weekend. That's how it is. Red Raiders and Hunters are playing abysmal basketball, and I'm sorry to say that, but they are.
And you can't look at it that way of like, oh, they had a tough weekend. You don't want to be that. Oh, we had a tough weekend. You don't want to be there. You want to win games, and that's what.
Who do the Suns play again? Can you read me off who the Suns played this past weekend?
Who the Suns played
the Red
this last weekend?
This past weekend. So we don't know 3 now.
The Suns 21-11 to the handicapped Hunters.
Okay.
The Suns 21-17 to the Wolves, who, we gave them, and 21-17 to the Polars.
How about Lions? Who did the Lions play this weekend?
The Lions played the Black Panthers, who they maybe should have lost to.
Mm-hmm.
The Lions also played the handicapped Hunters, and the Lions also played the Wolves.
Jesus, you guys. I was trying to find, I was hoping the 1-3-0 teams played some, a really tough schedule, and then we could be like, oh, they didn't say they had a really tough weekend, but they played the Wolves and the handicapped Hunters, both those guys.
Well, but if we're going to say that Wilson was out for half of the game, are the Lions the biggest frauds in the HRL right now?
They might be. We talked last week about them having a cupcake schedule, and then they play the handicapped Hunters and basically the handicapped Wolves, and then they just somehow got by the Black Panthers.
They might be the biggest frauds in the league right now. Oh.
Which is why I am really excited to see in what might be the possible game of the week, Lions versus Gators.
Going to be electric because we got the janitor, we got the custodian, we got Long Tan and Handsome, we got CC, and we got JT coming to town, going to put on a show and remind everybody that our owner down under knew what he was doing, putting this team together. We got the chemistry. You know that Max and Ethan are game planning this whole week. They might not, I don't even know if they know their schedule. They're just game planning of what do you want to do this week? Oh, I think I'm going to drop 4 twos. Ethan, why don't you just collect me a rebound in case I miss it? You just give me another chance at it. Gators Lions could be a barn burner. Maybe we see the Gators flex a little bit, and maybe we get a primetime dunk from Greg Kennedy.
Oh, how nice would that be?
The Lions get exposed.
Oh, that'd be. I can't imagine getting a clip on the iHRL Insta of us commentating during a highlight dunk. I would love to see Ethan laying the post, throwing up the lob, or maybe he misses a layup because he did that a lot last weekend. And Greg Kennedy comes in there, puts it back, and we're sitting there like the Dana White meme, the Dana White clip. We're there. Oh my goodness!
We gotta get a camera on us during these.
I think we should. I think we gotta get a tripod. We have 2 tripods. One faces us, and man, we could put us. We could edit the game of the week. So we're in the bottom corner of the screen, like we're playing a video game, like how the gamer's always in the bottom corner of the screen. Okay, that's for another day to think about. But
and then our other potential game of the week, maybe not as star-studded, high power, but more for the storyline, right? We love a good storyline. This is going to be 2 teams that were involved in the trade. You're going to see the Red Raiders playing the Knights. You see Will Harvey and Jack Lawson playing their former team, the Red Raiders. Meanwhile, the Red Raiders, the new look Red Raiders with a bunch of 2s and 3s. Not a shot at them, just a bunch of 2s and 3s. Maybe they can bring it together. Grant Kennedy really comes into his own, gels with this team, likes what he's seeing, and we see the Red Raiders take out the surprising Knights. These are 2 teams that are new look, right?
Yes.
Torgy and Will, dynamic duo right there.
And I would love to get that game on video too, because more talk about it. It's like, this is a really big game for both these organizations. This is pretty, I'm not going to say make or break because there's a lot of time to gel, but first appearance of the Will and Torgy and then the Ant-led Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, we're gonna see. It'd be Anthony Keeney. I mean, I think right now we're under the impression that Anthony Keeney is like their guy. Like he's their guy,
star.
and then they're built around him. He's the guy that can score, dish the ball out, rebound pretty well for a guard. So like, see how he handles the pressure in a game of the week, and then with seeing how Will responds from Will Harvey, who had an abysmal round 2, if he can respond in round 3, and if Torrey can go get hit like 18 boards in a game. I feel like that game is just littered with good storylines and great players. However, how do you take away the best and second best teams in the league playing each other? We're not going to see a dunk in Knights versus Red Raiders.
Probably not, no.
But do we try to get a doubleheader?
We're going to leave that up to the fans. So, obviously, you guys aren't going to see this until the morning of, and it's probably going to already be announced. But we're going to put something out on the Instagram of, do you want to see Lions Gators game of the week? Do you want to see Red Raiders Knights game of the week? Or do you want to see a doubleheader?
Hear me out. What if we did 2 game of the weeks, both with their own slot? During the normal slot, we go Red Raiders versus Knights. And then after all the other doubles, the last game of the night, under the lights, is Lions versus Gators. We put it under the lights. We say, hey, everybody, it's because all the high school kids, it's their first day of summer the next day. We say, like, hey, pack the court. We're going to
finals.
Treat
it like
a
it's
finals, just like a finals. We'll run it by the commissioners.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fun to get Lions versus Gators at the Rucker under the lights, because we don't get a lot of game under the lights.
Under the lights could cause some issues with it. We have lights up there, but they're not the brightest.
How about at not dusk, but like sunset?
Right before, yeah.
Like sunset, we need some beautiful photos.
Oh
at
yeah,
sunset.
We need photographers there this weekend. Jules, Ellie, come on through.
If you're aspiring sports photographer, we'd love to have you as well.
Yeah, we might have a new one. We'll see. We got to convince her to come.
Yeah, we're working on it.
She's a new softball player.
But yeah, that's our that is podcast 3 season 2 round 2
year 6
2026. School's out
for summer.
The Gators are 5-1. What's going on?
Red Sun are 5-1.
Red Sun. The Suns have just changed their entire organization. I'm waiting for the day that Sam Rustad just buys his own jerseys for the Red Sun, and they come out with like red jerseys with like a star on it, it's a red ball. Oh my god! If you see a Red Sun post, comment a Red Sun underneath it, please. A GIF. It makes my day.
Post just nonstop Red Sun.
Oh, it's so fun.
Tell your mom, tell your auntie, tell your sister, tell anybody. To tell your grandma.
Tell them that you support the Red Sun.
Red Sun. Repost Red Sun. Repost Red Sun. That should be the goal. Reposts and Red Sun.
If the Red Sun end up as the number 1 team in the league by All-Star break, we will change our account profile picture to a picture of the Red Sun for a period of time until they lose the number 1 spot. It's a big.
I'm fine with that. I don't care. That's
Red Sun, baby.
Red Sun. I think that's gonna do it for us. It's getting pretty dark. We don't know if you guys can see us anymore. I hope this is still recording.
I pray.
But that's gonna do it for us. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you've made it this far. If not, if you're asleep, I don't know, go back and rewatch it. This is good stuff in here. We had fun doing it. We enjoy doing this. It's just for the love of the game. Be a friend, tell a friend, and honestly, follow the iHRL. This is Inside Harmony Rugby League. Out.
I think that was our craziest all over the place pod.
We were a bit everywhere. But I feel like it's entertaining.